What's good, what's good, what's good? It's your boy, aka JB, aka Mr. Arkansas, aka Boosie Mania. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. Hit the hype button, subscribe to my channel. Sending all around the world, including Mars, Venus, and the moon. Sunday, May the 23rd, 2026. I've been noticing this type of stuff right here, what I'm about to say, because I really think it really needs to stop. These mothers, and mothers and fathers and whoever these people, kids is living with, really need to stop holding these kids up like crutches. Why I say that? Because I believe this, like some elderly people older than my grandma age, or my age, somebody who got common sense. Raise your kids to the best way you can, show them some love, best way you can, help them out to a certain extent. These kids now, nobody can really deal with them. They are out of control. They're doing this. They're doing stuff way worse than people they did back in the day. Drugs, drinking, domestic violence, killing, shooting, fighting. They're doing all this stuff. So they feel like every time they get themselves in trouble, mom and dad and whoever will bail them out. This is the truth. They know half these families love their kids so much, so if they do anything wrong in the public eye and they got records, whoever raised them gonna have their back. But why? Because that's their mama, daddy, and whoever they live with, always gonna have their back. No matter if they been good, bad, evil, rotten, none of it. That's where up and down that the kids never did nothing. That's where up and down that they never did. And that's the sad part about it. These parents know these kids out here doing way stuff worse than them. They know that. But they want to make the decision because that's their kids. That they are not out here ruining people's lives. They're not out here doing no destructive stuff. They don't want to go to school and learn nothing. They getting in a bunch of fights, shootouts, robberies, murders, stealing cars. But the parents don't want to take responsibility in saying because it's their child doing this stuff. But they can get mad at other people who saying it's the truth. The truth come out. These parents today love their kids' drawers and panties. They love their kids' drawers and panties. No matter what they do wrong, they didn't do it. They don't talking about nothing good about the kids like that because the kids are not doing a lot of good stuff. These kids that on this earth that I call hell that we living in, they doing bad things. Murderers, killers, robbers, domestic violence, arsoning. They're doing everything that's wrong, nothing right. But because the parents want to take up for them, drink, smoke, probably intimacy. I don't know what all that about, but you got a lot of family members doing all the stuff together that they supposed to be doing it all together. You want to be their friends instead of their parents. Stop being friends with your kids. You love your kids, you take care of your kids, you help your kids. Stop being their friend. Stop being their friend. Because that ain't what your kids need. Your kids need a mama, daddy, auntie, family members, cousin, anybody who got common sense is willing to help them. They don't need you as a friend. They need you as a parent. And that's the problem with these. This is a problem. That's the biggest one. The biggest problem ever right now is with kids and parents. Kids want to be their parents, be their friends, so they can get away with a whole lot of mess, and their parents don't want to believe nothing but their kids doing on the outside. So stop being friends with your kids. This probably the name of the video. Stop being friends with your kids. Just stop it. You know these kids don't want to do right. You know these kids out here terrorizing people, beating up old people, raping old people, shooting people, robbery, committing murders, stealing cars. They know that. But because that's your child, you want to take up for them, men and women, daughters and sons. You want to take care of, because they out here doing it. It ain't like you don't know. You see your kid acting like that every day. They get an attitude with you. They want to fight with you. They trying to kill you. So let's show you the signs. Your kids out here doing dangerous stuff in the streets. But now, since you don't want to see that way, you trying to be their friend, if something happened to one of them, men, a little boy or a little girl, that's when you want to show up and talk about why it's happening to my son, why it's happening to my daughter. It's happening because you're not looking at it. You're looking at the sign because that's your child that somebody killed or going to be buried or in prison. 3 ways out the deal. Actually 2 ways. I use it 3 different ways. So stop being your kid's friend. They got their own friends, which half of them ain't no good, but they got their own friends. Some good, some bad. And the ones they want to pick is the bad ones. Because they out here doing all this stuff. They don't want nobody who got smarts. They don't want nobody who got intelligence. They don't want nobody who wants a job. They don't want nobody who want to be with. They want these kids now want everything destructive. They're putting out there everything destructive for them. Anything that makes a crowd or makes a person like them, that's what they go for. Just putting it out there. That's what they go for. They don't care what you say to tell them as a parent. They're not looking for you to say that. Because they didn't know you ain't going to say that part for them. And you got some that don't really give a damn what their kids do. That's the other teaching problem we got. They don't give a damn if you don't go to school. They don't give a damn if you got no job. They don't give a damn if you hang out in the streets all damn day and night. There's no curfew. They just don't care because why? They like you. Their parents is like them. partying, clubs, fights, arguments, killing, shooting, domestic violence. It's just like them. So, of course, they're not looking for you to give them no rules and no structure because they just as wild as you is. So they really don't give a damn what you're doing out there in the streets to tell. Some of my kids get love for it. Want to get you locked up. Oh, they shouldn't give that to my son. They shouldn't give that to my daughter. I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna get me a lawyer. For what? When you're both of y'all doing the same thing, so you telling me you're gonna get a lawyer for your daughter or son, but you can't get one for you and your boyfriend or husband or wife. It's just the fact is, there's too many parents being these kids' friend instead of being a real true parent to try to keep them out of trouble, but you can put them in trouble. I'm just saying, you want to be a friend because you want them to do what you do, but you won't spread the rules to everybody else to make their kid and make their daughter seem like they're going wrong. Well, your kid is terrorizing. I noticed that too. You sit there and tell a grown person that what they did or what they doing is wrong. But your kid, you know, is out there doing this and that wrong. But you encourage him, encourage your daughter to do that. But you'll sit there and tell a grown man or a grown woman, he wrong, she wrong, what they doing in a relationship. But when it comes to your kids and your family, you tell them to do all that stuff and keep it on the DL or low so nobody don't know. You know what, this world, like I told you before, I'd rather tell the truth for me. I think, I don't know, I would make it past 80, 60, or wherever my age is now. I'm 45. This world is cruel, it's going to stay cruel. This earth is going to stay cruel to the day you die. The second life, what everybody talking about, like I've been talking about, I think that's always going to be better. Second life is always going to be better. Because you supposed to, down there on earth, in the world, you supposed to do good, bad, and terrible. That's what it's all up. But most of the time, people like me try to do everything good and do nothing bad. And when I do something bad, I'm getting judged for it. And if I ain't doing nothing, still doing nothing wrong with it, I'm still going to be judged. That's why I said second life. But everybody needs to sit there and think about it. It's the peaceful. All that about it on the second life, you're not here on the first life. And you're not breathing. You're gone. That's the only way in the world for anybody these days to have any type of peace, quietness, and living good. You're not living because you're dead and gone. But it's the only way you can get peace, though. It's the only way you get quiet, though. You know that. You know how to deal with no matter problems. You know how to deal with your own mistakes you made. You're gone. But people don't want to consider their kids terrible. What you know, they're terrible. These days, there's only a handful of kids that got getting their education, getting a job, got their own place, got their own stuff, don't bother nobody. And taking care their parents. But all these kids these days are destructive. Their family know it, they don't care, or some of them care, so they dead or gone, or in prison. I just don't get these people that they can't see what I see. They can take up for the kid all they want. But, or parents all they want. But it ain't gonna change the fact is this. That no matter how you see it, your parents see it, or anybody outside the world see it, that man up there sees it. And he know, because he made all of us, what's good and what's bad and what's right. Today's world is right. And it's why it's time for some people to feel like they need to get with this man up here so they can have some type of peace and sleep. That's the only way you're going to get any type of peace for yourself. And it's bad, you got to die to get it. That's another thing I use. You got to die to get peace. You got to go to your second life to get peace. I can use that for you. You got to get to your second life to have peace. That's right. I had to write that down just in case I forget. You got to have you got to be in your second life to have peace. And stop being your kid's friend. Be their parent. This your boy, aka JB, aka Mr. Arkansas, aka Boosie the Man. I told you I'm gonna keep making videos. I'm gonna be heard and I'm gonna be seen. Some of this stuff needs to be going through some of these people's head because they ain't got a brain to sit there and think what I'm talking about.